there is the need for a private-public partnership to that extent. And so federal government policies, state government policies that kind of help create that partnership, I think are still necessary to get water reuse more widely accepted in not only in California, but as we try and do that across the country and get a lot more efficient in our water use. And I think even in the industrial sector now, there's a need to try and facilitate more water reuse, and the financial elements of it still don't line up. But I think it's important as a country, as we try and address some of the water supply challenges, to try and get wider acceptance. So I think there is a role for policy in trying to help facilitate a change in how we use water, and I think that's an appropriate role for government to play. I think certainly on the federal level, it's mostly still, from my perspective, kind of an incentive. You know, there is federal money to help facilitate the implementation of water reuse projects. And if there's now a tax incentive, then or tax credit possibilities, then that will help move further from a federal perspective. I think where you're seeing some change now, particularly in this historic California water legislation, was a stated goal of 20% reduction in water use in the urban sector, and then tying the availability of state funds for implementing projects to whether or not you're performing against that goal. So I think there is, you know, already in California usually leads the way in a lot of these ideas. And I think they're doing so, again, of kind of creating the carrots and sticks approach, and it's based purely out of necessity. They absolutely have to meet their water supply challenges in the future. So I think you're starting to see a little bit more aggressive public policy towards moving towards water reuse. And just the need for, you know, ongoing investments to keep water flowing. I think there's got to be a big education piece of that. That's, you know, what's going to drive rates. It's going to drive the need for local politicians to really articulate exactly why they absolutely have to raise rates, and it's not going to be an easy discussion to have, but I think it's part of the process that needs to take place. Even though the federal government has a presence in influencing water policy, it's still primarily the province of state and local governments. And I think in a situation like California, where you know, even the federal government, as we try and address California water issues from our perspective, the federal government's perspective, there was a great need for the state to kind of get its house in order and pass some set of laws and regulatory elements that we could work with the state on to try and address those serious water issues. So notwithstanding the federal influence, the state policies and then the local policies are just absolutely critical to kind of make progress. So I really think it's a true partnership that needs to take place. I think people, for the most part, recognize that now.